Your personal gravity is a force that's made up of thoughts, beliefs, and inner stories. And this force pulls the aligned people and circumstances into your world. So your thoughts, beliefs, and inner stories, the people and circumstances that align with those three things get pulled into your world by this force. It's this law. And Earl Nightingale, 50, 60 years ago, called it the strangest secret. You become what you think about most of the time. Other ancient philosophers, Stoics, I think, therefore I am. Neville Goddard called it imagination creates reality. It's becoming aware of these thoughts, these stories, these beliefs, and using them in alignment with where you're trying to go. When you change your thoughts, beliefs, and inner stories, you shift your personal gravity with it. So you can shift this force, this personal gravity that's pulling things into your life all the time. It's a constant motion. You have a say in that force and what kind of people and circumstances are constantly being pulled into your life. And it's like you don't have to work against the grain, right? You have a goal in mind, you're going somewhere, and you can swim downstream instead of swimming upstream, going against your beliefs, against your personal gravity. You can shift your personal gravity like the ocean tide flipping and the waves going the other way, and it brings you that way. You can flip it like a river current, and you got to go this way, but your stream is going this way. You can flip the current and go the other way. Your personal gravity, this force in your life, this unseen thing that is pulling things into your life at all times. And when you change the thoughts, beliefs, and inner stories, you have an outer change with it. You have an outer equivalent. And it starts in there. To change that tide, to flip that current, it's about becoming aware of that inner story. It's about becoming aware of what you think about yourself. What do you believe to be true about yourself? How do you view yourself? And you want to know how you view yourself? Look at how other people view you. Look at how other people treat you. Look at your personal gravity. Look at the people and circumstances that are being pulled into your life right now. Look at how people treat you. That's a very good tell for what your personal gravity is made of right now. You have raw materials in the form of thoughts, beliefs, and inner stories that are making up this force and pulling things into your life. So notice how other people treat you, right? Notice your circumstances. Notice the situations that you get yourself into. And watch what happens when you change your thoughts, your beliefs, your inner stories. Watch how that changes in the external. To have a say, right, to shift your personal gravity, to experience this shift, you must start training like an athlete. And you're not going to be running, you're not going to be lifting weights, right? To shift your personal gravity, you have to train this muscle of the mind, and it's called your focus. You need to focus every night before you go to bed. Every night before you go to bed, you take time and meditate. And you become aware of the raw material of your personal gravity, like we've talked about. You become aware of the thoughts that are circulating, this program that's just running in the background. And you take time each and every night to become hyper aware of those thoughts, beliefs, inner stories that create your personal gravity. It's the raw material of this force. The raw material of this force is your personal gravity, and it's pulling things into your world. So you sit down, close your eyes, you meditate, you observe what those raw materials are. You observe the pessimistic stories and the I can't do's and the no, I'm not good enough for that. You observe all that. You observe your beliefs that pop up from the subconscious mind into the conscious mind when you meditate and get quiet enough. Ooh, that's a nice one. So you observe this direction in which your mind flows. You have a river current, so to say, that's running in a certain direction. You have the ocean waves, so to say, going in a certain direction. Maybe you want to flip that direction. Maybe you want to shift your personal gravity. So you take notes on those thoughts, beliefs, and inner stories every night. You take notes and you see what kind of program is running. You observe your external world too, seeing what kind of people and circumstances that are being pulled into your life. And it won't take long to get a grip on the raw material of your personal gravity. What makes up your personal gravity? And you can think of it like a planet. A planet pulling certain things into that atmosphere, right? Into that world. And you can become one of the few that harnesses your attention and flips the tide. You flip the current. You put it in the direction that you're trying to go. Shit. This is good shit. I hope you're enjoying this. You become one of the few to harness your attention. It's this muscle to be trained. And you have to train this muscle. If you've ever been to the gym, you got to train this muscle of focus. You got to train this muscle of observing your thoughts to where you can strategically observe the ones that aren't serving you, these stories, and choose not to believe them anymore. And you just watch what happens when you train that muscle, that focus muscle over time. You watch what happens when you meditate. You watch what happens to the quality of your mind. You watch what happens when you observe the beliefs that are sabotaging your results. That it feels like you're swimming upstream towards where you're trying to go. You observe what happens when you choose not to believe those things anymore. When you uproot those beliefs and say, that's not doing me any good. Pick that one out and replace it with something that serves you, that flows in the direction you're trying to go. And this change in personal gravity, this comes with persistence. This comes with persistence and time. But you're going to be very strategic about it. You sit down and you observe where your mind, the direction of your mind and where it flows. And you get clear on your goal and what you're trying to do. And you align those thoughts, beliefs, and inner stories with where you're trying to go. Because the beliefs The thoughts, inner stories, that's up to you. That's up to you. You can choose those things. You can redesign and shift your personal gravity. You can change the raw material of your personal gravity to work in alignment with your results, with your goal. And you observe those limiting beliefs. You consciously tell yourself new beliefs, new inner stories, new thoughts, new ideas, new optimism, stories of optimism, thoughts and feelings of peace and prosperity, and the beliefs of godlike potential for you. Godlike potential. And that's the direction where your mind flows. You train yourself on that direction. That's where the tide flips for you. That's where the tide flips. And your personal gravity pulls you in a direction that you're trying to go. That's where your personal gravity pulls new results into your world.